So today's main topic, Google has said that the open web is in rapid decline. Is this to do with AI or is this something else? So we are interested in this concept of AI data poisoning. So Mark, can you tell us a bit about, what Google are saying and also about AI data poisoning?
Yes, I think one of the interesting concerns about AI and the internet in general, where Google are going with this, is the fact that increasingly people are relying on AI tools rather than going to classic websites. So, whereas in the past your go-to would be maybe Wikipedia for information, it might well be other source of data. Now people are just simply either relying on AI summaries served up by Google, for example, when searching, or they are just going straight to ChatGPT instead and relying upon the LLM to give you the information. So that's I think the backdrop to it. To talk about the concerns about poisoning is I guess once people stop looking at websites, then people inevitably stop creating websites. We end up with a situation where we end up with very little new content on the internet. And that creates what effectively is a kind of like circular situation where the AI is ultimately not picking up new content, but simply recirculating content, either it's already seen or content that other AIs are in fact generating, resulting in kind of a sort of sense of either repeated or hallucinating content that's no longer up to date.
So Nathan, you're a software developer yourself. So do you find that you're using Google less than you were before AI?
I think there is an element to that. A lot of developers would rely traditionally on websites like Stack Overflow, where they would, search for a particular question, and you would have a lot of answers relating to the specific query that you had, and you could trust those responses based on the feedback that those answers had. So you could, arguably trust those sources of information quite a lot because you knew that people had vetted it. They knew, other developers had vetted that code, so you could have some level of trust in it. A lot of people now, I think, are, go into Gemini and ChatGPT with those questions instead of going to Google. And that will be driving traffic away.
Why do you think they're doing that? Because so in my experience, I don't do much coding, but I do a lot of video editing using software like Final Cut. And a lot of the time, I'll just be stuck because it's not doing what I want it to do. And I find that back and forth with ChatGPT just a bit more natural, I suppose. What's wrong with using that?
So I think the reason why people are probably doing that is just speed. Whereas previously you would have to search into Google your question and then look through, 5, 10, 15, maybe 20 summary of results before you clicked on a web page that might give you the answer that you needed. Now you ask the same question to Gemini or Chat, and you are returned within a matter of seconds the answer that you need without having to search and find the right website to give you that information. So, that's probably why a lot of people are using that rather than searching just for speed.
So, Mark, do you think that we're compromising accuracy for speed?
Yeah, I think we need to be a bit careful here because I think these tools such as LLMs, yes, they are at times imprecise. There have been, many famous examples of hallucination, but actually 99% of the time, I think that the information we'll get from an LLM is pretty much on the money.